Alrighty, in this video, we are going to be talking about how to graph a circle. So it's going to be all things circles with equations and graphing. So the standard form of a circle is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. H and k is going to be your center. And just like your transformation rules, if I have a minus h, that means that I'm going to go to the right. If I have a plus h, I'm going to go to the left. Same thing here. If I have a minus k, I'm going to go up. And then if I have a plus k, I'm going to go down in terms of my y value right here. And then r here represents my radius. So looking at number 1 here, I know that I have a center at -1, 2. So it's just going to be the opposite of whatever my h and k values are. Now, my number here, remember that represents r squared. So I need to take the square root to get to my radius, or in this case, 3. So I'm going to plot -1, 2. And then because my radius is 3, I'm going to go up 3, left 3, right 3, down 3. And those are going to give me my 4 points to create a lovely circle. Right here. There we go. And that is my circle for number 1. All right, for number 2, we're doing the same thing. So we are graphing and identifying the center and the radius. So we know that the center is going to be 2, -3. And we know that the r squared is 16, so my radius is 4. So I have 2, -3. And then because my radius is 4, I'm just going to go up, right, down, left, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make your circle. And then you are good. Now for number 3, they already gave me the radius and they already gave me the center. What I want to do is write the equation. So let's write the equation. We're just going to do the opposite. So we're going to have x plus 3 squared plus y plus 5 squared is equal to r squared. Since my radius is 4, I get 16. I'm going to graph it. So I'm going to go left 3 and then down 5. Because that's what my center is. And then I'm going to go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Left 4. Down 4, then right 4. And then, of course, there's my lovely circle. For number 4, we want to write in standard form of a circle if we are given that the endpoints are -17, 9 and -19, 9. So let's say that -17, 9 is this endpoint right here. And let's say that -19, 9 is this endpoint right here. Essentially, because we were given 2 endpoints, we could find the midpoint, and that's going to represent my center. So we're going to find midpoint. This represents my center. So in this case, my midpoint is going to be -18, -9. So I'm going to add these 2, divide by 2. Add these 2, divide by 2. That's how I get -18, -9. Now, we found my center. Well, to find my radius right here, what I need to do is figure out my distance from the endpoint to my center. Notice here I have -17 to -18, and then -18 to -19. So here, my radius is just going to be 1. If I combine everything together, I'm going to get x plus 18 squared plus y plus 9 squared is equal to 1 square. All right, so for numbers 1 through 4, they were easy peasy lemon squeezy because we just used the formula, called it a day, and, that's that. Now, for number 5 and number 6, we have to think back in terms of what we did back in Math 2 in terms of completing the square. Because right now, they gave me the circle in expanded form, but we want it in the standard form right here. So we are going to have to do a couple of things here. Now, remember to complete the square, I am trying to isolate my x value and isolate my y values so that they are together. So in this case, they are for my x's and y's, so that's good. I'm also going to move my constant value to the right side because remember that is going to represent r square. And then I'm also going to have a little blank so that I can complete the square. Now, of course, whatever we do on the left side, we also have to do on the right side. So I'm going to have this here. And remember, to complete the square, we always divide our b value by 2. And then we always squared it. So 24 over 2 gave us 12. Then we square, which gives us 144. Now, like I said, whatever we do on the left, we also have to do on the right. So I'm going to also add 144 here. Same thing with this one right here. I'm going to divide by 2. So 10 divided by 2 gives us 5. 5 squared gives us 25. I'm going to add 25 right here. Now, if I simplify the right side, I'm going to have negative 160 plus 144 plus 25. And if I were to do that, I'll get 9. And remember that 9 is going to represent my r squared. So this actually tells me that my radius is 3. All right, so whenever we completed the square, we got x squared plus 24, x plus 144. And to find the factor, remember that that's just going to be whatever my b divided by t value is, in this case 12. So I'm going to have x plus 12 squared plus y plus 5 squared. So it's always going to be this value right here, b divided by 2. Now, once I do that, this tells me that I have a center at negative 12, comma, negative 5. So I have a center at negative 12, comma, negative 5, and I have a radius of 3. All right, so pause the video, try number 6, and then play it once you are comfortable with number 6. All right, for number 6, it's kind of a little bit messy, so I'm going to try and move the x squares so that they are together, and then move the y squares so that they are together, and then keep the 97 on the right side. I'm going to do negative 6 divided by 2 square, negative 3 square, or 9. Same thing here, negative 10 over 2, which gives us negative 5 squared, or 25. So if I do 97 plus 9 plus 25, I am going to end up with 131. And that's okay. You don't need to be worried that you have a weird r squared value that we can't take the square root of. It's okay. So once we do that, we are going to go ahead and complete the square here. So in this case, because my b value, b over 2 value is -3, I'm going to have x minus 3 square. Here, this is -5, so that's going to become y minus 5 square is equal to 131. Now, I don't know what the square root of 131 is, but this does tell me that that's going to be my radius. And I know it's not the greatest, but it is what it is in terms of this example right here. And then this also tells me that I have a center at 3, 5. All right, now sometimes they might give you the center, and they also might give you a point on the circle. And then what you're going to do here is just find out what the radius is based off of that point. Now, remember earlier I mentioned that the standard form of a circle is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Hypothetically, you already know what h and k are because that's going to be my center. In this case, it's going to be 6, 6. And then you already know what x and y are because those are going to be your points that we have. In this case, 9, 8. So I'm going to have 9 minus 6 square plus 8 minus 6 square is equal to r square. 3 square plus 2 square is equal to r square. 9 plus 4 is equal to 13, which tells me that r squared is 13. So if I put everything together, I'm going to get x minus 6 squared plus y minus 6 squared is equal to 13. Now, if that's 13, this tells me that my radius is the square root of 13. All right. Number 8. Pause the video for number 8, try it on your own, and use the formula right here and see what you get. All right, so you have a center of 8, 5. And you know that it's on the point -4, 21. These are going to be some big numbers, but you'll realize that it's going to work out eventually because you get 144, you get 256, that gives us 400. So r squared is 400, which tells me that I have a radius of 20 and then a center of 8, 5. All right, I'm not going to do number 9 and number 10, but for number 9, you're just doing the same thing as number 5 and number 6, except that now you're graphing it. And then for number 10, you're doing the same thing as number 7 and number 8, but now you're graphing it. There are a couple questions on the Canvas quiz with an exit ticket, so make sure that you guys read the exit ticket. And then once you're done with the exit ticket, do your Delta Math. Remember that you need to get 100 before you can move on to the next lesson.